Welcome back with some more Final Fantasy XIV, and welcome back to some more leaves, because leaves are very exciting. The Red Rooster Stead bought its share of bronze this and bronze that lately. It doesn't put me in the easiest frame of mind to be wasting gil on simple things like tools. Why don't you bring me a nice bronze plate, and we'll make what we need right here at the stead. I wonder what the event is for. Is the game X years old already? No, then they usually use the symbol of the main quest. It's probably on the launcher. I really do like leaves though, or at least I like the little stories they always tell. It gives a nice snapshot in what normal people in this world are bothered by, and that's fun. It's a shame they stopped doing that. They stopped both the combat leaves and, from what I recall from Endwalker, the crafting leaves also were a bit more generic in their stories. Lots of the same text, and then for 5 different items. Oh well, I'm probably the only one who ever read them. The long rainy season has wreaked rusty havoc on iron rivets preferred by many a farmstead. Once the consortium's silver-tongued agents are done, the clamour for bronze rivets is expected to be somewhere between loud and God's protectors. Smiths, both deft and deaf, are sought for this opportunity. And I 3 leaves, because last episode we ended on a leaf, I think. So now I'm going to do another job quest. Monocate, you approach me with a marauder's strides, determined, unswavering, and bereft of the hesitation that marked our first meeting. I am pleased. The time has come for you to begin a new stage in your training. Now, what sets the axe aside from the gladius or the dagger? It is the raw, unstoppable destruction wrought by its thick, heavy blade, and that overwhelming power can only be properly directed by extraordinary physical strength. Thus we come to the core of this day's lesson. Such strength as a marauder must possess is developed through a traditional method passed down through the generations of the guild, a method that you, too, shall be taught to employ. Present yourself to Brunbar in the practice area downstairs, and he shall instruct you further. The Marauder questline is probably my least favorite. Not only if you do that you might think you're playing a DPS class instead of a tank class, but it's also very boring and generic, and you're going to find out why. The X-Master told me you'd be on your way. Me name's Brunbar. Good it is to meet a new marauder. Now, we X-Wielders build strength and control by splitting boulders. That's right, our traditional method involves smashing a rock with your axe. But you can't just use any old swing. You need to hit the rock just so. Rothgeim, a fellow marauder, is waiting just outside the Severed Gate by the bridge over the Rogue River. She'll tell you how it's done. Every marauder goes through the same brutal training, and it is that sense of kinship what binds the guild together. I'm always willing to go the extra malm for a fellow X-Wielder. Greetings, lass. Ready to split some stone, are ya? I've 3 nice hard rocks for you to build up a sweat on. Don't try nothing fancy now, just hit it with a good solid heavy swing. That's the same. Riveting gameplay, huh? That's the way to do it, lass. Now you've got the idea. Why don't you have it a little harder with that heavy swing of yours? Hold nothing back. I can see you're a natural. Me head still ringing with the sound of cracking boulders. Take yourself back to the ex-master Vrijzoen and let him know you're ready for something harder. Has the training loosened your muscles and focused your mind, Monagate? An urgent request for help has arrived from the Red Rooster Stead, and I have chosen you to respond. It appears that a hostile group of megalokrabs has unwittingly elected itself to be the test of your new prowess. As this is your first outing on an official marauder's duty, you shall be accompanied by a veteran conjurer by the name of Skullwhip. Sil awaits you on the floor below. May devastation follow in your wake. Aye, Monagate, I know who you are. My brother often has me escort his fledgling marauders on their more dangerous tasks. I suppose Vrijzoen expects me to give you the details then? Very well. It seems the farmers need us to clear out a megalokrab nest near the Mourning Widow in Lower Lanosha. I shall trust you to find your own way there. Just don't forget your eggs. Looks like nobody's home. Mayhap they knew we were coming? Aid! I need aid! Please, it's my grandson. Them snippers got him. I told Sigurd not to get too close. I told him. Get that weapon ready, Monagate. We need to move. Now! Ah, bakker and shite. Get away from me, you bloody, great bloody bastard. I will soothe your wounds, Monagate. Do not stray too far from my side. Got room for one more? I can't let a novice have all the fun. Some of these bastards are harder than the damn boulders. Thank you, miss. I thought I was dead for sure. I can't even play outside no more. What with all these scary monsters about. Mida and Mima and Mida. They was both killed by some nasty bugger not so long ago. An Aurochs as big as a mountain. But I bet you could beat it. Aye, make it pay for what they did to me folks. You take it easy now, son. There's a whole guild full of strapping lads and lasses like Monagate here who'll be glad to do just that. All you need to do now is to head home with your grandpa. You let us worry about that big nasty bugger. Consider your first duty a success, Monagate. It is time you headed back as well, before Vrijsoen begins to worry I've left your corpse for the crabs. So, you have shattered the shells of the Macallo crabs and saved the life of a child into the bargain. Thus does our violent craft prove its merit. Well done, Monagate. Though no longer a threat to the farmers, you should know that it is unusual for such crabs to be found so near the stead. By all accounts, the creatures were ousted from their usual feeding grounds by a more fierce beast. The beast of which I speak is a known terror in the lands of La Nocia, ever seeking to expand its territory. And that boy's parents were but two of the many victims to fall to its rampages. It is a threat that must be dealt with ere long. Do thoughts of vengeance flit through your mind, Monagate? Nurture those urges, but do not yet act upon them. This monstrosity is far beyond your present skills. If you would answer the lad's cry for revenge, then you must grow stronger. Become the raging behemoth this challenge demands. And if you guessed we're going to do more leaves, then you guessed right. I had a dish of beans from a state stall the other day. Exquisite! Tender as honey in sachets of silk. The cook showed me how she boils them, with a strip of malm kelp among the bubbling beans. She said she learned it from her mother, who was an adventurer from the eastern lands. Must try that. And given that we already have to, I think we can just go to the Fisherman's Guild and fish on the docks. Fishing leaves are always a bit of a hassle, because you always need to look up where you need to fish the fish. Another problem is that sometimes different sites hold different information, and different people in the comments who say, like, this fish is very rare in this spot, but it's very abundant in that spot, and then somebody else says the complete opposite. Very fun. Let's just skip the pleasantries, eh? You hand me the fish, I slip you a purse of coin. Everyone's happy. Yes, this will add the needed flavor to my next masterpiece. My taste buds thank you, adventurer. In hot water. One of them that was a hand at the Red Rooster Stead has her own spread now. Not half a day from the Candlekeep Quay. She sent word begging for the recipe for our famous coddled eggs. Shook me it did, for I believed it a boiled egg all this time. I'll have to learn what all this boiling business is. I thank you very much for accepting my request. I fancy myself a decent craftswoman, yet there are some fields in which I have found employing the services of another can often prove the most fortuitous for both parties. Wonderful! Your reputation for quality precedes you. I shall remember you if I happen to require assistance again. Here for work, are you? You and everyone else, it seems. Good thing we have a lot of it. The mild winters wreaked havoc on our sugar house, less than half the usual harvest of maple syrup, and what we did get tastes like hot metal and must. It may be fit to feed to the pigs, but not to glaze the ham we make from them. There's no way around it. We need to buy some more this year. You've come at a good time, Monagate. Just so happens I need your help with something. One of our chefs buggered up an order a bit ago, and he's been down in the dumps ever since. Ingham, his name is, joined the guild a few moons afore you did. Determined lad, but don't take failure too well. Any road, we can't have him crying into his soup. Plays havoc with the seasoning, see? So I want you to try and cheer him up. And there's naught like a good meal to take a man's mind off his many failings. A nice bit of grilled trout should do the trick. 'Tis one of his favourite dishes. Aye, if you was to cook him up a plate of that, I reckon he'd find the experience highly motivating. The main ingredient, princess trout, can be had at a Hydlin. As for Ingham, you'll find him working in the kitchens. Prepare the dish and take it to him. Happy grilling. What is it? A grilled trout? For me? Well, yes, I am quite fond of the dish, but what have I done to deserve it? The guildmaster thought it would cheer me up, you say? Well, meaning though he may be, food is not the solution to every woe. But come, let us see your handiwork. It is my duty as your senior to give you counsel after all. Surely not. You made this? Truly, the aroma. It is delightful. And the skin, ever so slightly charred, just as it should be. 12, save me. The thought of sinking my teeth into that crispy layer and tasting the tender flesh beneath. Ooh, Beg pardons. As I was saying, this is quite impressive. In fact, I doubt even the guildmaster would be able to fault it. Trust me, I know. But I don't understand it. You've been here scarcely long enough to learn syrup making, yet you're already capable of this? Do you know how long it took me to achieve the same? 6 bleeding moons. Gods, am I so utterly devoid of talent? No, I will not be outdone by a mere novice. I refuse to be outdone. My apologies. I thank you for the trout, and would have you accept this knife from me. Use it in conjunction with your skillet, and your cooking experience will be much enhanced. Do not mistake it for a gift. It is payment for the trout, nothing more. Besides, it would give me no pleasure to get the better of a woman who wasn't properly equipped. Now leave me be. I have stock to take. And, of course, we're going to do 3 more leaves before we do the next job quest. Bug bites. There are some types of filekin which we welcome on the Red Rooster stat, one of those being ladybugs, for they feed upon the foul aphids who suck the lifeblood from our crops. The local pugs, however, consider the ladybugs a delicacy, and will descend from their rocky nests every morning to feast. The stat is offering good coin to any adventurer who will travel to the nearby rocky outcropping. Lure out the hungry pugs and slay them. We would also appreciate it if, in your search for the pugs, you come across any ladybugs infested with leaf bleed. You deal with them as well. I wonder how far I could have gotten in the main quest if I spent all my time just doing the main quest instead of doing leaves, fates, and leveling all of the jobs simultaneously. Thank you for your business. You know my opinion of sailors. I cannot abide the sight of them. However, those star-breathing pirates in waiting spend freely on land what they earn at sea. And if what they want are bastard swords to fillet each other with, Who am I to dissuade them? Besides, if we don't take the guild, somebody else will. From the Adventurers Guild, are you? Very good, very good. Finished, are we? Let me take a look. Yes, yes, very good indeed. You have done a fine job today, Monocate. My superiors at the consortium will be pleased, to say the least. Gridania's high market day for hand-drawn tools close, and we at the Brugger Consortium are still short some 70,000 tons of metal. Hatchets are ever popular, and all available smiths of black metal are called upon to produce a goodly number of them. Now you may wonder why I not just accept all of the leaves, do them and then complete them all at once. And the answer is quite simple. Do you wanna hear me prattle on for 40 minutes? Didn't think so. And I think I'm gonna end the part here. In the next episode we will do the fishing quest and gradually make our way through the leaves and the job quests at level 5. But yeah, until then, see ya, thanks for watching.